I'll kick it off with her soundbite saying how unhappy she is. Here we go.
It's disappointing, no doubt. It's billionaires in Donald Trump's club. That's who's in his club. That's who he hangs out with. That's who he cares about.
Billionaires are in your club. That's who you hang out with. That's who you care about. And she's very disappointed in you.
Well, I'm sad that she's disappointed, but, I said in response that really one should take responsibility, and that's really the issue. We made the decision, or I made the decision, yes, we shouldn't endorse her, because I didn't believe, frankly, that she'd be competent as the President of the United States. And that was a decision we made, and I think I'm very comfortable still with that decision.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we'd be announcing a Middle East peace deal today had Kamala Harris won this election?
I think we'd be, sadly, in the same position. So, there were many, many, many decisions made during the Biden administration, which she was part of, that didn't make sense. And I've known her when she was in California. And I knew Xavier Becerra, who was Attorney General in California and then HHS Secretary. So I watched during the Biden administration her actions or inaction and didn't believe that, some of the editorial board was all resigned afterwards. After
your decision not to endorse. Yeah. By the way, the chief among them, I don't think has found another job. So great call. It's so dumb.
Well, they had never met her. I had not met her as part of the editorial review. And they had apparently a pre-drafted version of the most consequential vice president in the history of the United States.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
More than Dick Cheney? Love him or hate him, you can't argue he was not consequential.
Well, so I thought that just didn't fly. And this was I think October. We took that step. It had nothing to do with me and any other billionaires, but that's beside the point.
Mm-hmm. Right. The implication is that you're all part of a club and you do what the others want done. You and I guess Elon and potentially Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not sure exactly who she means.
I have no idea.
But there was no pressure on you from other billionaires not to endorse?
No, because I think what happened was Jeff Bezos followed that. I can't remember what he did or didn't do.
Because he owns the Washington Post and they also did not endorse.
So here we are, a billionaires club, which is not the truth.
Mm-hmm. How bad was the blowback at the LA Times when you said we're not going to do it?
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of viewers. And, the editorial board, most of them, in fact, I don't think anybody is still there. They all resigned.
Wow.
And, and I said, in order to lead, you need to lead. And you need to truly have a courage of your convictions. And that was our conviction.
Why did you buy the LA Times? Why were you interested in owning a paper?
Well, as a young kid in South Africa, growing up in apartheid, the only thing, and, was part of that kept me alive and educated was the newspaper. So, I would every day go to the newspaper and actually pick it up as it comes off the printing press and run through the city and sell papers.
Wow, you were that kid. Extra.
Exactly. And when, look, I've lived the American dream. I'm an immigrant, came here.
Went to medical school at age 16.
And finished when came to this country and was a surgeon by the age of 30. And
it's amazing.
Felt that I needed to do something and left to go build a Braxane and was fortunate enough to sell both companies because I wanted to do what I'm doing now and had so much money that the idea was to figure out a way to give back, and what better way to give back to actually maintain this history of democracy and free speech and availability for people to get educated and inspired. And we're going to the next step, and I'll announce on your show today a big announcement.
Yeah, tell us.
Tomorrow, we're opening the Los Angeles Times Media Group private placement prior to the IPO.
So you're going public?
We're going public.
Wow. So why? Why is that important to you?
Because I'm changing the platform. So when I bought it, you ask why I bought it, is when I bought it in 2018, I had already realized that the paper in itself, in the sense of printed, we're going from the ink to digital revolution. And I'm all about technology. So I started building a complete new software platform called Graphene that could take podcasts, media, streaming, all the way to printing press to Slack, integrated into one platform. People thought it was crazy. Started an entire system called Graphene, and then launched the building of a test kitchen, a podcast rooms, a studio, a broadcast studio, and then NAND Studio, which is the most sophisticated LED volume, and gaming, all the way to esports, and integrating that on one platform. The idea is to engage an audience, whether you millennials all the way to who love to touch paper. We have the e-newspaper. So could we build a single platform that would be open to all audiences and really be in a form that educates, informs, and inspires? And that's now the LA Times Media Group. 4 brands, 1 engine.
Are you expecting a huge response?
I hope so. The people we talk to are excited about owning or being part ownership. So we're democratizing the ownership through this system called Reg A. And you can invest as low as $500 to $5,000. And the opportunity is really to open this so that it's a paper of the people.
Now, you're not going to let all these people have editorial veto rights over the content of the paper, are you?
No, we're not. I think it's a really important one. There's going to be news, and that news is news. It's just the facts, ma'am, just straightforward facts. And then there's going to be voices, which is you have the right to your opinion. And then there's going to be unrestricted, non-edited, like Substack, where people could participate. And then there's going to be esports and gaming. So the answer is, it is truly a platform that's going to take over what I believe that current media is, as I think I've heard you say it, a dinosaur. It is a dinosaur.
Buy gold and get free silver. That's right. For every $5,000 purchased from Birch Gold Group this month in advance of Veterans Day, they will send you a free patriotic silver round that commemorates the Gadsden and American flags. It's like the Cornelius purchase of gold. Silver and gold all together, thanks to Birch Gold. Look, gold is up over 40% since the beginning of this year, and Birch Gold can help you own it by converting an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Plus, they will send you free silver honoring our veterans on qualifying purchases. And if you are current or former military, Birch Gold has a special offer just for you. They're waiving custodial fees for the first year on investments of any amount. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands, tens of thousands of happy customers, consider diversifying your savings into gold. Text MK to the number 989898 for a free info kit and to claim your eligibility for free silver with qualifying purchases. Before the end of the month. Do it before the end of the month. Again, text MK to 989898. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.